Hello and welcome to the watch along. Yes, it is time for a huge clash in the Gallagher Premiership. Bristol Bears host Exeter Chiefs. What a game this is. Top of the table, Bristol Bears against Exeter Chiefs. Welcome along to the watch along. I hope you are doing well on this Friday evening. Good to see some of you in the chat already. As always, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who you're supporting this evening. Good to see some of you already in the chat. Gregor Galway in the chat is, of course, going to be keeping an eye on his beloved Ulster tonight. We'll be keeping an eye on the Rainbow Cup fixtures throughout the day, so do join us throughout the day for those games tomorrow. But tonight it is all about Exeter and Bristol. Do let me know who you're supporting in the chat and who's in the chat as well. Good to see some regulars in there. So do let me know. Make sure to have liked the stream, subscribe if you're new, and of course, get involved in the live chat as well. We're not far away from kickoff. We're going to have a look at the teams in a second, and then we'll get into the game itself. Let me just share the stream out on my community tab. Just get this shared out. Here we go, indeed. So there we go. That is shared out on the community tab. Let's have a look who is in the comments. Freddie Clark's in the comments. Are you ready for next week for Leicester versus Ulster? What a game that's going to be, of course. That's the big thing, isn't it, for these teams this weekend, is some of them will have to keep an eye out on games next week. Stephen says, I'll be watching the Ulster game tonight, obviously, but I'll be doing a review and run-up for the games in terms of the Rainbow Cup nonsense. It's absolute nonsense, isn't it? It really is an absolute nonsense. A preview for the round fixtures, round one of the fixtures for the Rainbow Cup is live now on the channel. So if you have not checked that out, do feel free to head over there and do that. Austin Hazard asks, are you showing the game or just talking about it? Unfortunately, mate, I cannot show the game due to copyright reasons. I'm going to be doing a watch long, so I'll be watching the game, keeping you up to date with what's going on. It is on BT Sport 1 this evening. I simply cannot do that for you, but you're welcome to stick around, mate. Hear what I've got to say on the game. So feel free to stick around, and I'll keep you up to date with what's going on in that game. And we'll keep an eye out, as I said, on the other games in the Rainbow Cup. They kick off at 8:15. This one kicks off at 8:45. Right, let's have a look at the teams, and this is how Bristol line up this evening. This is the team that they have picked. Charles Piatel starts at fullback with Nia Adelukin on the wing, with Luke Morahan on the opposite wing. Piers O'Connor and Sam Bedlow playing the centres. Max Malin starts at 10. Clearly, Sheedy is not fit yet. Andrew Ewan starts at 9 in the front row. Then Jan Thomas, Brian Byrne and Kyle Sinclair complete the front three, while Dave Atwood, Chris Vuri playing the lock. Stephen Loatua is, of course, captain, with Dan Thomas at 7 and Jake Heenan at 8. If we head over then to the Exeter side, this is how they line up this evening, starting with the fullback. Stuart Hogg starts at fullback. Jack Knoll plays on the wing alongside Tom O'Flaherty, with Ollie Devoto and Henry Slade in the centre. Joe Simmons and Jack Maunder at 10 and 9. In the front row, then, Ben Moon plays alongside Luke Cowan, Dickey and Thomas Francis, while Johnny Gray and Johnny Hill play in the lock. Sam Skinner, Jacques Vermeulen and Sam Simmons complete a very, very exciting back row. Let me know your thoughts on that team. We're not far away from kickoff in this one, so eager to hear your thoughts as always. Let me know who you're backing to win this evening. I've got the Bristol Bears top on, so eager to see how this one goes. So do let me know who you're backing to get the job done in this one. Make sure to let me know your thoughts. Really eager to hear what you think about this game. Beautiful down in sunny Bristol. Very beautiful. I was down there this week actually visiting family after the restrictions were lifted, so got a bit of sunburn, but it's perfect conditions for rugby. Absolutely perfect conditions. And I mean, Bristol a little bit clear in the table, you'd have to say, but yeah, you got to say that yeah, very, very impressed by Bristol this season. Of course, top of the table, Exeter in second. Exeter get a good win last weekend. And then Bristol, of course, will be looking to try and get the win here. So not far away from kickoff. We've looked at the teams. Let me know your thoughts on the teams in the chat. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. We're pushing towards 2,000 subs. And as well, make sure that you've liked the stream and get involved in the live chat as well. Let me know your thoughts if there are Bristol fans here, or if there are Exeter fans. Let me know a little bit about your team, why you think your team's going to win, who's going to be the key players. It's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see how this one goes. Just a reminder, if you just joined as well, this is simply a watch along, not showing the actual game. Don't want to give any false pretenses or anything like that before the start of the game. So I'm not showing the actual game. I can't do that, copyright laws and all that. But this is a watch along, so feel free to join and say hello. So both teams are ready to come out. Let me just quickly fly through the teams again if you're joining a little bit late this evening. This is how Bristol line up. Charles Piatow starts at fullback. Adelukin starts on the wing. Pierce O'Connor and Sam Bedlow starts in the centre with Luke Morahan on the wing. Max Malins and Andrew Ewan play at 10 and 9. In the front row, then Jan Thomas partners Brian Byrne and Cal Sinclair. Dave Atwood and Chris Vui play at the lock. Stephen Luatua, of course, is captain at 6 with Dan Thomas and Jack Heenan at 8. For Exeter, then, they line up like this. Stuart Hogg, Jack Noel, Henry Slade, Ollie Devoto and Tom O'Flaherty are the back line with Simmons and Maunder at 10 and 9. In the front row, then Ben Moon plays alongside Luke Cohen-Dickey and Thomas Francis, while Johnny Gray, Johnny Hill, Sam Skinner, Jacques Vermeulen and Sam Simmons complete the forwards. So we're ready for kickoff here. All set to go. It is a little bit of a mess, isn't it? The Rainbow Cup. It is a little bit of a mess at the minute, but as I said, we'll be keeping an eye out on them 2 games. So Edinburgh against Zebra at 8:15, while Ulster Connaught is at 8:15 as well. Be keeping an eye out on that one. Sean O'Farrell backs Bristol to get the job done tonight. Looking at the teams, Malins at 10 is interesting. Obviously, Callum Sheedy is not fit. They've decided not to go with Johan Lloyd at 10, which I think is the right decision. I think Johan's an extremely exciting talent, but is he ready to play in such a big game now at this stage in his career? And I think he'd be honest and admit that he probably isn't. Exeter coming out. Jack Noel leads the team out. His first start for a very long time. And of course, this kind of game is a really big opportunity for players to stake places for tours. I mean, we've got summer tours, hopefully. We've got a Lions tour coming up, hopefully. And big opportunity for them. Freddie Clark says you'll smash the Blues this weekend. Let's hope so. There'll be a watch-along. It's a big watch-along. Blues against Ospreys. I'm an Ospreys fan. Ben Ford, who's been on the channel quite a few times, is, of course, a Blues fan. So if the Blues win, I have to wear a Blues fan in my next video we do together. And if the Ospreys win, he has to wear an Ospreys shirt in the next video we do together. So that should be exciting. That Exeter team against Stuart Hogg, Father My Child. Talking about Ben, there is his channel, Ruck and Roll Rugby. Make sure to head over there and subscribe to his channel. Brilliant content, absolutely smashing it. So do go and check it out. He'll be on the channel tomorrow. And Ben, I'm a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie, mate. If Lloyd Williams does something off the bench, then it might be a little bit worrying. Ryan Laughlin, of course, is an Exeter fan. Hope you're doing well, mate. Looking forward to this one, I'm sure. It's a young team. Yes, it's a young team that the Blues have put out, and I think that is why I'm backing the Ospreys to win. As I said, there's a Rainbow Cup preview out there. Now, does Ben have a Ospreys top? Yes, he does. I have a Blues top as well. Not with Lloyd Williams on the back, but if I get a Scarlets one, I might have to put Kieran Hardy on the back. Outcome Bristol. Once again, this game is live on BT Sport 1. So you can keep an eye out on that one. So Luatua, of course, captain. And we are ready for kickoff here. Wayne Barnes is the referee. Best referee in the world, alongside Luke Pearce, in my opinion. So good to see him at the helm. Mickey Mouse Cup, only sides I realise they're shit. Well, so, yeah, it's very true, you mean. But the thing is, it's interesting. The Irish sides have picked very strong teams. I think they do have an eye out on next weekend in the Challenge Cup. Obviously, Ulster and Leinster are still in Europe. But the Welsh sides have rotated a bit. The Scarlets have gone strong. The Dragons have rotated a bit. The Cardiff Blues have really rotated. The Ospreys have rotated a bit. Keep an eye out on Josh Thomas tomorrow. Really excited to see how he gets on. Really impressed by him. We've just kicked off here. Let me get the scoreboard up. And once the other games kick off, I will add them scores in as well. There we go. So 0-0. Charles Pietau, very dangerous player. We know what he can do. He's on the ball, just on about the 10-metre line. Good carry from Sinclair. Let me know in the chat. Would you take Sinclair on the Lions tour? Is he too much of a risk? I don't know if I'd take Sinclair. I think his head's a little bit too... I don't know. I'm not too sure if I'd take him on the Lions tour. Exeter win the penalty and send it down into the 22. Burn there, penalised out the breakdown for Bristol. Ryan Laffin says he's seen Ospreys down at Sandy Park. Never been down to Sandy Park. Once COVID is over, I want to travel to some games and watch some games and vlog it and all that kind of jazz. So, you know, if you're down at the ground and I'm there, I'll obviously let people know on Twitter and on the community tab. But come and say hello. Jack Knoll coming forward here. Freddie says Knoll is a Lion bolter. Interesting to see. Sean O'Farrell says he wouldn't take Kyle Sinclair. I just think there's better options. Isn't there? Exeter looking to spread it here. Simmons into Slade. Slade gets it out to Hoggy. Tackled though well here. Ewan tackles him. Johnny Hill carries, maybe lucky to have been on the pitch against Leinster for that game after his tackle. There we go. Penalty to Bristol at the breakdown. Exeter not able to capitalise at all on that bit of dominance there. So penalty to Exeter. Gregor Galway says 2 ex-pro 12 players at fullback, Hogg and Pietau. I'm really impressed by both of them. And Freddie Clark says, obviously, Hogg has improved a lot since leaving Glasgow. And I think we've seen that. And we saw that with Finn Russell when he went over to France. I think it's an interesting debate, players leaving. And in Wales, obviously, we have this thing called Gatland's Law, where players have to play a certain amount of caps to be able to play abroad or need to come back if they want to continue playing for Wales. But no, I think Hogg is probably the best fullback in the world at the minute. Pietau going forward is very, very exciting, but defensively, you know, he doesn't enjoy that aspect of the game as much. But Hogg as a leader as well is doing really well as well. And certainly for me, should definitely start for the Lions. The Lions squad, I mean, 2 weeks away is going to be announced basically now. So I will make a video on that, of course, of who I think should go. Sean of House, what do you think of the Brumbies player, Conor Gott? I don't know all that much about him. If I'm being totally honest, I'll have to look into that a little bit more and come back to you on that one. But Ospreys, you know, we're giving a first start to a couple of players tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Well, Simmons here is taking a bit of a knock. I think he's going to be okay. Yeah, he's going to be all right. How he's not in the England squad, how both of them, the two Simmons brothers, are not in that England squad, I think it's absolutely crazy. So scrum here to Bristol. Bristol's scrum obviously is very, very strong. So resetting the scrum, one of the banes of my life. Not the most enjoyable thing, is it, seeing people resetting the scrum every 10 seconds. The scrum has gone down, but Bristol will have the opportunity to get it out, which they do. Malin's first time on the ball at 10. They're looking to run it here. Good work there from the backs. Kick dead, but charged down from Exeter, but it goes out for a Bristol line-out just outside their own 22. So 0-0, 4 minutes gone in this one. They take the line out and off they go through the phases. Ewan decides to run it a little bit here. Ball out wide, Luatua. Bristol coming forward here. Hogg claims good tackle by Malins. O'Flaherty, of course, got a couple of tries against Leinster a couple of weeks ago. Is he going to be held up? He's not. So Maunda will use his forwards to set themselves up. Beautiful night for rugby in Belfast. I was debating doing that game, but I think with the South African teams not in it anymore, how much does it truly mean? The only reason I really care now is I want us obviously to beat the other Welsh regions, but after that, I really don't care. And again, it'd be nice to see some youngsters get some game time, but it's just not a competition that I particularly care about, if I'm being totally honest. And even with the South African teams in it, I wouldn't have bothered all that much with it. I'd rather that the players who are going to go on the lines, like Tipperick, Alan Wynne, you maybe look at a few others in that Ospreys squad. You look at for the Blues, Navidi certainly has to go, in my opinion, on the line squad. You look at the Scarlets, Foxy, Jonathan Davis has to go. Liam Williams has to go, I think, as well. So I'd rather them be fit for that and not be worried about potentially getting an injury. There's a lot of youngsters who want to go on the Wales tour to Argentina and to Uruguay. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm really not sure about this competition. I'm not sure what I think about it, to be honest. I'm not all that fussed about it, but it's a derby anyway tomorrow, and we're going to watch that one together. And then after that, we're going to do Leinster against Munster as well. Sean O'Fowle says that O'Gara signed a new deal with La Rochelle. Been doing a really good job down there, hasn't he? Really good job. And the way he views the game and his ideas for the game is really encouraging and really exciting. So I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant. Yeah, I get that. Completely get that. And it's about getting the balance, isn't it? I mean, every Pro 14 club got 500k, I think it was, for signing up to the Rainbow Cup, and they got it. And even if, even though the South African teams aren't going to be in it, they still get that 500k. And I read reports that Ospreys had lost 600k over the course of the pandemic of the past 12 months. So, I mean, clubs aren't going to turn that down, are they? They're just not going to turn that down. It's good to see that the South African games will be televised here in the UK and Ireland. So I'll probably do a watch on for one of the games, but no, it kind of takes the sting out of things, I think. We had a lot of scrums so far. Got to say, 7 minutes and a bit gone. Lots and lots of scrummages so far. So scrum is set. Off go Bristol. They play very, very deep. O'Connor plays into Pietau. Uran. It's a bit of an odd game so far. Not much happening. Lots of stop-start. Lots of mistakes at the breakdown. Knock-ons. Scrums. Ewan decides to clear in the end. Sean O'Farrell says, I hear Wales and November could have South Africa, Australia, New Zealand for the November test. I know that the New Zealand one's going ahead. There's a lot of controversy about that. I think they paid about $1 million for that. The Welsh Rugby Union have. It was always going to be tough organising tournament. Yeah, it was, but why organise it in the first place? And it's all about this idea of South Africa getting more and more involved in the European game. And I'm telling you, in the next 10 years, maybe even less than that, South Africa will be part of the Six Nations, or they'll try and join. I hope there'll be the same amount of uproar as there was for the Super League with the football. But that's the way our game is going. And for some reason, a lot of rugby fans aren't realising the game is becoming more about money, becoming more commercial, and becoming more about making revenue than the actual sport of rugby. That's why the likes of Georgia and Romania have not joined the Six Nations, because there's not enough money in that. I mean, if England, imagine England had a crap year. They went over to Georgia and for whatever reason just lost that in a playoff. I mean, the English Rugby Federation are just not going to let that happen, are they? Because they're not going to sell tickets if blinking Germany or, I don't know, Portugal will come into town to play. If it's Le Crunch, France against England, or Wales against England, that's going to sell out Twickenham. So they're just not going to agree to it. It needs every single country to agree to it. Would Italy agree to it? Probably not. So they had one bad season, then Georgia did okay consistently. But I still don't think Georgia are better than Italy either. So I don't think the plan of kicking Italy out would be right. But also the relegation and promotion thing I'd love to see happen, but I just don't see it happening. There's just too much money involved in the game. I just can't see it happening, unfortunately. Jack Knowles looking hungry tonight. He really shoved off Adelukin. I think that's how you say it, Adelukin. Jack Knowles, an interesting one. I mean, he's hardly played any rugby, and Gatland was very open. Was very, very open, of course, about players who have not played much this year, about what would happen with the Lions tour. Freddie Clark says it won't happen with fans about. I don't know. I'd like to think that fans would be vocal enough and respectful, but I don't know. I mean, it was so encouraging. I'm a football fan as well. Obviously, this is a rugby channel, so I won't talk too much about football, but I was so encouraged to see how fans stood up for it and how fans voiced their opinion. And it was respectful because they protest peacefully. Vermeulen's done a nice little break here, and then he's knocked. I'm pretty sure he's knocked that on. Well, Exeter here are into the 22. And then eventually it was brought back for the knock-on from Vermeulen. Well, a lovely little break there. Luke Cowan-Dickey pops it up to Vermeulen. Vermeulen beats Morahan to an extent. And then it is knocked forward from Bristol. So, from Exeter, sorry. So, good opportunity here for Bristol to try and build something. I mean, that's really the first proper break we've seen from either side. I mean, it's 12 minutes gone, still 0-0. So, don't think the scoreboard is messed up or anything like that. But scrum here to Bristol. Then let's have a look at more of your comments. I'm really fascinated about this subject about money in rugby, about CVC, what they're trying to do. Because I feel, as Freddie Clark points out very correctly there, rugby not as vocal as football. Very, very true. Very true. And we have a lot of people in rugby have a snobbiness towards football, when actually we could learn a heck of a lot from that sport. We could learn a heck of a lot from that sport. I mean, the Pro 14 has no promotion and relegation. It's just not going to make it a competitive league. I'd love to see promotion and relegation. Charles Piatow, Urin. Oh, lovely step from Urin. Absolutely out of nowhere. And what a try that is. What a try that was. Charles Piatow steps beautifully there. Urin gets the ball. 7th try in 58 matches for him. And Bristol Bears have the first score of this match. Piatow here. Lovely ball out to O'Connor. O'Connor into Adelukin, back into Piatow. Piatow passes it into Ewan. Ewan steps and then just spots the tiniest of gaps and goes straight through it. And Hogg can't stop him. And Bristol Bears take the lead early on here. Great early score for them. O'Flaherty probably needs to make that tackle on Ewan. Devoto can't catch him. And Bristol Bears take the lead. 5 points to nil. 14 minutes gone in this one. That'll be very, very encouraging for them. So Malin's looking to have the two. Shouldn't be too difficult a kick for him. He's absolutely sliced it. Right in front of the posts. Interesting to see. Let's have a look at some of your comments. I say two divisions in the Pro 14 relegation and promotion mean they could add Romanian and Georgian side as it would help them. I agree with that to an extent. The idea of promotion relegation, I throw that out, but I really don't know how it would work. You could always do 6 teams in one conference and 6 teams in another conference. So you have 2 from each country. Maybe, I don't know really, because obviously Ireland have 4 provinces. Wales have 4 regions, Scotland have 2, and Italy have 2. With the South African teams joining, that's never going to happen now. But I would love to see Georgia given a Pro 14 team. Georgia have their own league, but how competitive it is, I don't know. And a lot of the Georgians actually play out in France or in England. Some of them are actually playing out in the USA now. So if you could have a team, something similar to what the Jaguares did with Super Rugby, that could really aid the league. And playing against the likes of Leinster, Munster, Connacht, Ospreys to an extent now would really boost them and give them experience of playing against countries that they're likely to face in the World Cup. It also lift their case to join the Six Nations, showing look, we can compete with these teams, we can make it entertaining. But I just don't know how good Georgia are at the minute. Obviously, we saw them in the Autumn Nations Cup and they were really poor, for being honest, really, really poor. So I'm not all that sure what to make of them at all, to be honest, at the minute. But 5 points to nil in this one. Bristol Bears leading this. They are talking about Carl Sinclair now, actually, about that whole thing of should he go on the lines. For me, too much of a risk. I think there are players ahead of him. There are players ahead of him, in my opinion. Yes, very interesting to see how them work. Of course, the new laws in the Rainbow Cup, a couple of new laws there. So we're really interested to see how those go. So do let me know how that game goes. I'll keep an eye out on it here on the channel as Bristol burst into the 22. Oh, poor pass, and Sinclair goes to gather, but it's been knocked on here by Exeter. So opportunity for them as Simmons bursts through the gap, the number 8. What options does he have? Lovely hands, O'Flaherty. They get the ball wide here. There's surely space for them. Good hands from Exeter. Devoto. This is really good cover defence from Bristol. You've got to give it to them. Still a little bit of space out left if they can get it there. Good hands, Luke Cowan-Dickey. Is that forward? Johnny Hill carries it into the 22. Is that a brilliant turnover? And they'll come back for the original advantage. I mean, Simmons here, the step from the man. And this is what a modern number 8 should be. He should be comfortable in the loose, comfortable with ball in hand, able to break, able to be aware of who's around him. And I don't think the likes of Billy Vunipola have that. I just don't see how they have that. I think the closest we have is Faletau. Is this guy, Sam Simmons, going to go on the lines? Even though he's not played for England at all, really. He's played a couple of times, I think, if I'm correct in saying that. I mean, he's so good. He's so good. He's so good. So line out here for Exeter. They've gone to the corner. off the back of the maul. I think Bristol have stolen this. Bristol have somehow stolen this. Fair play to them. Been an encouraging game so far. Ball out wide here. Adjalukin. Pietau decides to kick. Hits it down towards Hogg. Hogg has a little bit of time here. Puts the spiral up. Bounces all the way back to Malins. So chance for him to run. Usually plays at fullback, of course. Tackled by Hill. So this game's opened up a lot in the last 10 minutes or so since the try. Pietau, lovely feet from him. Adjalukin bursts through, tackled by Jack Knoll. Don't know why Ewan hasn't gone to get the ball there. That's really slow and sloppy. But wow, this game's really fired into life. Pietau's making such a difference for Bristol. Maunda told to use it for Exeter. So he's going to box kick this one. So he kicks it just over the halfway line. Malins looks to gather. Great take. Really good take. Pietau runs into Simmons. This game is very much back and forth now. Sinclair gets it out. Devoto. Luatua almost got the pass out. O'Connor straightens. Sinclair. Really good turnover there from Exeter. Opportunity here. Devoto puts the little kick through, looking for a flattery. It's not going to work. Going to bounce out for the line-out. And it'll be a line-out to Bristol in their own 22. What a crazy couple of minutes that was there. Absolute madness. I heard Farrell did a famous tackle. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that. Sam Simmons should be in contention, definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely. As I said, I will, of course, make a Lions 36-man squad. And as we get closer to the test, will, of course, make my starting 15. But, wow, he's been brilliant so far this game. Absolutely fantastic. Bristol win their line out. So still 5-0, over halfway through this first half. What a game this has turned out to be. I mean, the start was a bit cagey, a couple of mistakes in the breakdown, and I think we are seeing a lot of mistakes in this game. But we're seeing some great rugby at the same time. I mean, you just can't be complaining about that. So, scrum to Exeter in the Bristol 22. Really good turnover there. Once again from Bristol. Lots of turnovers going on here. So Bristol turn this one over in their own 22. Ball out wide, O'Connor. And of course, Bristol are going to look to run this one. Really good counter-rucking from Exeter there. They've turned it over here. Jack Knoll. Bristol being caught at the breakdown a little bit too much. Even maybe a little bit slow to get the ball out. Maunder into Devoto. There's actually a penalty advantage here to Exeter in the 22 of Flattery. With an opportunity here against Malins. Tackled though. Oh, pushing up here. Oh, brilliant tackle on Maunder there. Not sure he got the tackle, but that's a try. Saving tackle. Simmons comes forward now. Can Exeter get a try? 25 minutes into this one. Hill goes alone. Has he got there? Just short. So Exeter 1 metre out here. Gray goes alone. Has he got there? Advantage to Exeter here. 1 metre out. So they should come away with points regardless. Maunder has the ball here. Goes through the forwards. Good tackling. Penalty advantage though. Don't forget, to Exeter Chiefs. Cowan Dickey carries. It's a try to Exeter. Who's got it? I think it's Sam Skinner. I think the Scotsman scored. Yes, he has. Exeter get a try. Very much deserved to get the try here. Sorry, guys. I will get to your comments in just a second. That was a bit crazy moment there. But 5 points to 0 here. 5 points all. Sorry, Exeter Chiefs against Bristol Bears. Great try for Sam Skinner. Let's get to some of your comments. Rock and roll would be Ben Ford, of course, says if Sam Simmons doesn't go on the line, so then he may as well take him Tiddly Wings. It's a tough one. If you're going to take him, do you have to look at someone like John Cooney, who, let's be honest, has hardly played for Ireland, and yet he's been brilliant for Ulster. He's one of the best scrum halves in Europe, alongside DuPont. So it's an interesting one. But of tonight's performances and the way he's been playing this season, you have to say he's been fantastic. Sean Faust says Dan Bigger will make the lines. I think he will. I think his performance last weekend was really, really impressive. Rodeo Videos asked what camera do you used to stream? Oh, gosh. Let me find out. And I'll find out during half-time and I'll let you know. Simmons then Joe Simmons looking to add the 2 points to put Exeter into the lead. 13 minutes to go until half-time. And he's pulled his kick wide. Is there a little bit of a win tonight? But it remains 5 points to 0. Anyway, that is the current score in this one. So we have a resumed play here. Charles Pearce-Howes has such good impact so far. And he's got the ball in hand and dangerous player, isn't he? Very, very dangerous. Always looks dangerous. Always makes you think, oh, not sure. Always puts defences on edge, doesn't he? Very, very good player. Here come Bristol, though. Oh, he's broken straight through. Slipped in front of Stuart Hogg there. Oh, lovely hands into Sinclair. What hands that was from Max Malins. Bristol playing some lovely stuff tonight. Malins once again, good hands here. Knocked on in the tackle there from Bristol, but playing some beautiful stuff here. Scrum or line-out option, though, for Bristol. Well, they're looking back at Simmons' try here and looking at how quick he's ran. And for modern number 8, you need someone like that who's so comfortable in the loose. Yes, he's going to be physical against South Africa, but just to have something a little bit different. That's why I think Hamish Watson has to start, because he offers something that a little bit different. People saying he's too small. He's on the smaller side, yes, but he won the Player of the Six Nations. He was the best 7. He's probably the best 7 in the world at the minute. Could you say that? There's a lot of very good 7s at the minute, but I think he has to start. And I think Simmons is really putting a case forward. But I don't know what Gatland's mentality will be. Will it be, I want you playing for your country nearly every game? Or will it be, do you know what, if you're playing well enough at club level? But the problem with this is of course he can step up to the plate and play at that level. We know that. But there's no evidence at international level to suggest that, because we haven't seen it yet. So do you give him a chance? Or do you say he's not worth the risk and you give the likes of CJ Stander, Faletau a chance? Maybe even Vunipola will go on the tour. I don't know. So it's a really difficult debate. Personally, I would take him at this point and not take Vunipola, because I think he's playing better, much better. I mean, Vunipola's hardly even playing. So where's that gone? Ball was all over the place in the air there for a little bit. This game is ridiculously open. To think that it's Exeter playing, I don't know if they'd be as happy that this game is this open. I mean, it suits Bristol. So 10 minutes to go until half-time. Slade tries a little chip across the top. I don't think it's going to work. Heenan collects for Bristol. Max Malins will like the scrum half. Well, you've got to say Exeter's work at the breakdown has been so good tonight. But Bristol, I mean, you just get the ball out, mate. That's the way I see it. He just needs to get the ball out quicker. He's just faffing about with it. It's just like, get the ball out. The game's kind of fizzled out a little bit now. A little bit of kick tennis at the minute, you'd have to say. So the flow of the game maybe isn't as it was a couple of minutes ago, but good chance here. Flattery for the corner, goes alone, and I think he's going to cross, and he is crossing for Exeter. And Exeter take the lead there, and the game may be a little bit too open for both sides. But it is Exeter who have crossed for a try here. 13th try in 42 matches for Tomo Flattery. Off the line out, good hands. Devoto breaks through. And it's one pass, and he's got the awareness to step inside. Joe Simmons into his brother, Sam Simmons. Good pop pass through. And O'Flaherty scores for Exeter. So Exeter take the lead in this one. It's just really simple. It's really simple rugby. Draw the defender in, create the space, have a really good support runner, and score the try. It's really simple stuff from Exeter. That I think that's what we're going to see. Exeter are going to go back to basics now, and then I'd expect Bristol to keep playing the way that they are. The question is, can Exeter stifle Bristol for the whole game? I'm not too sure. Simmons adds the 2 points, so Exeter have a little bit of breathing space here. So Exeter Chiefs leading this one 12 points to 5. As always, let me know your thoughts in the chat. And subscribe if you're new. If you're watching here for the first time, feel free to hit the subscribe button as well. Working on some really exciting stuff for the channel. New podcast episode dropping next Tuesday. So the new podcast is coming to next Tuesday. Really excited to bring that to you. Working hard behind the scenes on that for a couple of weeks now. And first episode is going to drop on Tuesday. So can't wait to bring that for you. Try for Connaught. Yes, we're going to get that going now. Let me get the scoreboard on that going. We will, of course, keep an eye out on that one. So, yes, Connaught leading that one 7 points to 0. So, let me update the scoreboard. There we go. So we'll keep an eye out on all the other scores. Still 12 points to 5 here. 5 minutes to go until half time. So we'll keep an eye out on how the other games go this evening. Zebra are actually leading against Edinburgh only by 3 points. 2-0, so let's update that as well. That just did not want to work. There we go. So Zebra 3-0 up, Connaught 7-0 up, and Exeter 12 points to 5 up, nearly at half time in this first game. As I said, we'll keep an eye out on the other games throughout the course of the evening. So 4 minutes to go. Driving more for Exeter. Luke Cowan-Dickey with the ball. Connaught are looking to attack the Ulster 22. They have a scrum 5 meters out, so we'll keep an eye on that. Advantage to Exeter then. Not rolling away. That's a high tackle on Cowan-Dickey as well. And they're looking to spread this one out wide. Devoto's tackle has gone out, so they'll come back for the original penalty. And you're probably thinking here, if you're Exeter, do you take the points to get a 10-point gap going into half-time? I think you should. Well, interestingly, Exeter are going for the corner. Maybe Simmons thinks it's out of his reach, potentially. 3 minutes to go in this first half. Been a very, very good first half of rugby. They are indeed being used this evening, so we're going to see how that goes. So, of course, we have a referee's referral. So, a player's referral where they are able the captain is able to ask a referee to have a look at something. We obviously have that orange card, which is a complete farce and is absolutely stupid, I think, where if a incident isn't deemed a red card but is worse than a yellow, then they're off for 20 minutes. That player cannot come back on, but a replacement can come back on, someone different. So they'll be back to 50 men. Things a load of crap. Things stupid. Things dangerous more than anything. So I'm not a fan of that. And then we have the 22 dropouts happening when the ball is held up over the try line instead of a 5-meter scrum. So that's what's happening. Those are the changes, of course. I'm going to definitely be doing Ospreys Munster. I might do Benetton Glasgow as well at lunchtime. I might do that. I'm not too sure yet. I'll just have to see how the day goes and see if I can be bothered, to be honest, because it's not the most exciting game. But we'll keep an eye out on that. Big scrum from Exeter there. I mean, you take the points. They win the penalty out of the scrum there. So, chance for them. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And I actually think it's a good thing, because what you'll see is you'll just see pick and go 5 meter out constantly. And it gets boring. And although it works a lot of the time, it's not the way we want to see rugby played all the time. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But Simmons with a kick here, right from the post, and he's going to take his time with this leading up until half time. So Joe Simmons missed one, has got one. 20-minute red card is absolutely stupid, in my opinion. It's dangerous. How do you determine what's not deemed a red but is worse than a yellow? Because we've never had that difference before. So how do you determine what that is now? Who knows? Simmons gets the 3. So 30 seconds to go until half time. Don't forget at half time, as always, we will take a 2 to 3 minute break, and then we'll come back to have a chat about the first off. We'll also keep an eye out on the other games as well as they happen this evening. So we'll keep an eye out on how they go. Still 7-0 to Connacht in that one, while Zebra lead Edinburgh by 3 points to 0 up at Murrayfield. And the ball has been kicked off by Hogg. So at half time in this one, it is 5 points to Bristol, while Exeter have extended their lead a little bit. 15 points to 5, but a really good game so far. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break here. But of course, as always, make sure to stick around for the second half. We won't be long at all. Make sure if you're watching to have liked the stream and subscribe if you're new. Don't forget there's an option of a super chat if you want to support the channel financially. As always, there's no pressure to do that if you don't want to. And a video's just gone out on the channel maybe about an hour ago where we did a Rainbow Cup preview. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and check that out. Gosh, my tea's saying hello. So there we go. Right, I'm going to go for a quick 2-minute break, but I won't be long. I'll be back in a second to talk about that first off. Don't go anywhere. So there we go. We are back. It is half time in this one between Bristol and Exeter. Exeter leading this one by 15 points to 5. The other games are still going. It's good to see some of you in the chat. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Let's have a look. Richard, who is in the chat? Richard, hope you're doing well. Cardiff 7 and Ulster on 0. Edinburgh 7 and Zebra 6. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on them games. Thank you for the update on that one. The fixtures of the South African version of the Rainbow Cup have dropped. It's on the Pro 14 website. Let me take a look. I can't find it. Aha. Yes, I found it. So the 1st of May. So that's going to be next weekend. So let's have a look at when they are. So next weekend. So of course. Oh wow! It's a Friday games. They're on Friday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and a 7 p.m. kickoff, which will be 6 p.m. our time. It's a weird timing, isn't it? Really weird timing that. Lutube's in the chat. Lutube, hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you as always. Hope you're doing okay. Hope your rugby is going good at the minute. Would have loved to watch South African sides. Yeah, it made it interesting. I'm going to be totally honest. My interest in the Rainbow Cup is about that much at the minute, but we have some derbies to look forward to. So tomorrow, Ospreys against Cardiff Blues going live at about 5 o'clock, kickoff at 5:15. Ben Ford, Cardiff Blues fans, going to join me. I'm a big Ospreys fan. And then we're going to do Leinster against Munster straight after that. So looking forward to them. Potentially might do Bennett on Glasgow at lunchtime at 1 o'clock as well. But yeah, really interesting to see that they have picked those times. 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, so that would be 1 p.m. our time. And then 6 p.m. our time then, we have the Bulls and Lions. So the Stormers and Sharks are at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK and Ireland. And then at 6 p.m., the Bulls and the Lions. But I'm pretty sure on that Friday, yeah, we have a Challenge Cup semi-final between Leicester and Ulster. The mind boggles. Definitely be doing a Leicester versus Ulster watch along for that. Absolutely crazy to see that. You got to say, absolutely crazy. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, really nice. Good weather, so enjoying that. New Call of Duty map out to an extent, so enjoying smashing that recently. I'm enjoying all the rugby as well. And really exciting news if you just joined, guys. New podcast starting on Tuesday. So I've already got a couple of guests lined up. Current players, former players as well, going to be coming on. We'll be chatting with them. I'm so excited to bring it to you. Been working on it for a while. New logo, everything like that designed for it. So it's called The Breakdown. The podcast is called The Breakdown. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled on that. So I've got a current South African player who plays in the Premiership. I've also got another South African who played out in France, played in Wales, played out in South Africa, of course, coming on as well. So I'm really just finalising details with them and getting them on and looking to do some exciting things as well. And I'm working on a lot of exciting videos that I can't wait to bring you over the next couple of weeks. So really looking forward to bringing them to you. So everything is good, YouTube. Everything is really good. So looking forward to the next few weeks. And of course, we've got the Lions coming up. So I'm absolutely buzzing for that as well to see how that goes. So can't wait, man. Can't wait. It's going to be a great summer of sport. We've got the Olympics. We'll have the Sevens rugby. We've got the Euros. It's going to be a good summer. But there we go. Also, I've just gone to try. Indeed, they have, and they've just got the. Have they got the conversion? No, Cooney's missed it. So Ulster are 5 points to 7 in that one. Freddie Clarks believes England's going to win the Euros. Dear me. Every summer, England fans. I don't think Wales are going to do well, by the way. We're in a really tough group. We've got Italy, we've got Turkey, and Turkey are actually very good. We've got Azerbaijan away, and our manager is not even going to be involved in the Euros because he's been an idiot. So, who knows what's going on. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. They planned on the South African sides playing while the European sides are in the European semis. Yeah, I mean, it's not happening though, is it? I mean, 1 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, and it's not got any of the British or Irish teams involved. I don't think the viewership for that's going to be very good. I won't be able to watch. I'll be in uni, unfortunately, but I might catch a little bit of the last game. But we'll have to wait and see. Right, we have kicked off for the second half here. So we are underway in this one. So it's still 7 points to 6 to Edinburgh against Zebra. Sow getting a try while Carlo. Oh, no. Zebra, I think, have scored. I think Zebra have scored. Zebra. Oh, no, they've got another penalty. So Zebra are 13 points to 7 up. Could we be seeing a big shock? I mean, it's only half an hour in. But Zebra, I've got up to 13. Could we see a shock up in Scotland? I mean, Edinburgh have had a really tough season. I did do a preview for these games on the channel before. I didn't back Zebra to win that one, but fair play to Zebra here. Could be seeing a shock in that one. We'll keep an eye out on both games. We'll keep an eye out on how that one goes. But we saw a brilliant first half in this game, didn't we, between Exeter and Bristol. Now, you feel like the next score is really important. Good turnover there for Bristol. If Bristol can get a score, it makes it interesting. If Exeter get another try, it's going to be really, really tough for Bristol to get back into this. Penalty to Bristol, and they send it down towards the Exeter 22. Bristol for the Premiership and Toulouse for the top 14. That's the way it looks at the minute. Of course, we have a semi-final system. I mean, the season is so long. The season is so long. I think the final takes place on, I think it's like the 25th or something like that. So it's 2 months away. Yeah, the final takes place on Saturday, the 26th of June. I mean, what players will be available for that because of the Lions and summer tours? I don't know. But obviously, with so many games being cancelled due to the pandemic, they've got to try and fit them in. But interesting to see how that one goes. Scotland are going to win the Euros. Seen stranger things happen. Denmark won it a few years ago. Greece have won it. Did Denmark win it? Maybe I'm making things up. So line out to Bristol inside the Exeter 22, and Exeter have actually stolen the lineup, but then they've managed to knock it on. That's gone forward. So scrum to Bristol then. Lots of little mistakes creeping in on both sides. Scrum to Bristol then. 15 metres out from the Exeter try line. They'll have some good counter runners here, I'm sure. It's a squashed year for rugby, absolutely is. It's just meant on the calendar. It's only going to get busier, isn't it? Only going to get busier. Bristol, the backs having a chat behind the scrum to decide what to do. Ulster have got a second try, have they? Indeed, they have. Cooney's going to go for the conversion. And he should get it. Not a fan of Premier Sports. I think they're awful, to be honest. Not a fan at all of their coverage. Cooney has added the 2 points. So Ulster are 12 points to 7 up. I mean, the amount of knock-ons we've seen in this game is quite frankly crazy. It's absolutely madness at this point. Ball comes out here. Piatow gets it. Tries to do some step and drops it. Who will win in the end in this one between Bristol and Exeter? I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, Matthias. It's a tough one. You feel like Bristol need to get the next score. If Exeter get the next score, it's going to be very, very difficult. Matthias, if you're new here, do hit the subscribe button, my friend. Welcome. But yeah, you're thinking if Bristol don't get the next score, it's going to be tough for them. And little mistakes are creeping in now. And if Exeter can just tighten their game up, do the simple things, play in the right areas of the pitch, this should be their win. It's like their hands are made of butter. Indeed, Sean, it is. They just can't seem to hold on to it. But sometimes you just got to do the simple things. Well, take the ball in, protect the ball, go into contact, recycle, and go through the phases and build from there. Sometimes you feel as if they try and do too much, just like Piatow there, running across the field, not getting anywhere at all. And then they get tackled just outside the 22, and he's made no ground. He's run about 15 metres across the pitch, but made no ground at all. Hogg. He's had a very, very quiet game. Very quiet game so far, you've got to say. The sun has set down in Bristol, as it has here in North Wales. Chance for Exeter then. Half an hour gone in this, 10 minutes gone in this first half. Good ball out wide. O'Flaherty has a little bit of space out wide here. Steps inside. Tackled well, though. Really important tackle, that. Really good work from Bristol at the breakdown, but the ball is still there, but a penalty to Bristol in the end. So Malins will send this one downfield. So Bristol weathered the Exeter storm that time. So it's interesting, this game. Bristol won the game to open up, but Exeter clearly want to shut up shop. It's just about who's going to win that battle, being able to play their own style the most. It's a tough one to know. Still 13 points to 7 to Zebra, while Ulster still 12 points to 7 up against Connacht, while Bristol trail here 5 points to 15 in this one. Chance here for Exeter. They're into the 22. They're very, very clinical from this kind of space. There is a man out wide if they can get it there. Really good hands, Jack Knoll. Good covering tackle from Adjalukin. Still there though. O'Flaherty, the try score in the first half. 5 phases in here from Exeter. Maunder, oh, the prop keeps hold of it. Moon just about juggles it, but keeps hold of it. Cowan Dickey, Francis, Simmons, ball out wide. Well, that's clearly gone forward, but it was along the floor, so it's okay. Maunder to Francis, knocked forward though. Opportunity then for Bristol. What are they going to do? They're going to look to play. You'd assume they do. And they'll come back for the original penalty then from the knock-on. And a chance for Exeter. For Bristol to clear their lines after a bit of pressure there from Exeter. So still 15 points to 5. Changes incoming. I mean, Zebra are really attacking the Edinburgh line. We're keeping an eye on both of those games in the Rainbow Cup, which has kicked off this evening. So changes, here they come for Exeter. We'll confirm them as they come through. So Moon is off for Hepburn and Thomas Francis leaves for Harry Williams. So that front row change has happened. Bristol also making changes. Carl Sinclair is leaving the pitch. So as they are confirmed, we'll let you know who's gone off and who's come on. We're nearly at half-time in the Edinburgh Zebra game and the Ulster Connacht game. The hothead left the pitch. He's a quality player, but for me, he's just too much of a risk to take on something as important as the Lions. He's just too much of a risk. Maybe as a midweek player, he's okay. But as a test start, I just think there are better options. I really, really do. Chance here for Exeter. Hogg dancing around a couple of players into the 22. Bristol's defence has reset to an extent. Maunder, the scrum half, does get it off. Devoto to Slade. Devoto's had a very good game once again tonight. Noel gets involved in the middle of the park, coming off his wing. Maunder, Hepburn off the bench, fresh legs. Harry Williams helps out the breakdown. Some big guys coming off the bench for Exeter now. Gray. Here we go. Luke Cowan-Dickey carries well. England's starting hooker now, you'd have to say. Chance here if Noel could free his hands. Couldn't quite get off the offload. You feel if Exeter get a try here, it's going to be so difficult for Bristol to come back into this one. Hepburn carries once again. Is he going to be held up in the tackle? He's not. Maunder gets it out to Simmons, who's been so good tonight. O'Flaherty decides to go alone. Meter short. And Exeter pick and go. This is where they're so dangerous from. Advantage to Exeter then, offside from Bristol, so free play for them. They can just try something here. Oh, carried! I think Skinner's got there. Well, I think it's Gray. I think Gray scored here. And he's been given. So Exeter have got a very important try in this one. Jacques Vermeulen, sorry, has scored. I thought it was the number 7. Yeah, I think he's grounded that. I'd be interested to see if it's a clean grounding or has he dropped it. I'm pretty sure he's grounded this okay. Yeah, he has. That's a try. That's a try for me. 20 points to 5. Really tough for this Bristol team to come back now. So the clock is in the red in the Edinburgh Zebra game. 13 points to 7 in that one. And it's still 12 points to 7 to Ulster against Connacht. Out in Belfast, Stockdale and Herring getting tries for Ulster. Well, Boyle got a try for Connacht in that one. So could we see a surprise up in Scotland? Simmons hits his kick onto the post. 25 minutes to go in this one. So Bristol have it all to do. It's going to be a tough 20-odd minutes for them. Great, absolutely. It's on the BBC iPlayer, so you can watch that one for free. 8 o'clock on Saturday. We won't be watching that one here on the channel, but we'll keep an eye out on it. We're doing a Leinster against Munster watch-along for that. Oh, on the 30th. There's a Champions Cup semi, I think. I think Toulouse are playing Bordeaux. We'll keep an eye on that. I hope Zebra get a good result. They did well the previous season. They did okay. They're not attractive to watch at all, to be honest. I think Benetton are actually a better team than them, but the results don't suggest that either. So what do I know? It's half-time in both those games. So Ulster are winning 12 points to 7, while Zebra away from home are winning 13.7. Of course, the Rainbow Cup this year has been played in a league format, so it's just in a straight league. So, and I think what they're going to do is the top 2 play each other in a final. There's been rumours that if South African teams are able to travel, that the winner of the South African one will play the winner of this one, which will more than likely be Leinster. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with it, to be honest. I know I'm banging the drum, but I don't know more punch ball can you up at the minute than Samson. I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. He's been very good tonight. Really good. Carried well. Very good in the loose as well. I've been really impressed by that tonight. So not long to go in this one. It's going to be a tough 20 minutes or so for Bristol now. I mean, it's going to be, they're going to need some comeback if they're going to win this. They're going to need 3 tries to win this one. But Exeter have really... The thing is, though, I don't think Bristol have played that badly. There's just a lot of little mistakes, knock-ons, losing the battle of the breakdown a lot. The line has been shambolic for them. So Exeter clear their lines here. It's out on the full from the scrum half. So opportunity for Bristol. So line out just outside the 22 for Exeter. Yeah, that's the only way it happened. There have been rumours of that. It's not been confirmed at all, so it's just a rumour at the minute. But, I mean, the Rainbow Cup for me is just a mini Pro 14 season again. So how seriously do clubs, do players take it? That's the big thing, isn't it? And for me personally, we're playing the 3 Welsh regions first. As long as we get decent results against them, I'm not all that bothered about it, if I'm honest. Again, another knock-on from Exeter here. And nothing is working for them. Exeter making some more changes. So having a little break in play here. So it is, of course, still half-time out in Murrayfield. Edinburgh trading 7 points to 13, while out in Belfast, Ulster lead 12 points to 7 in that one down at the Kingspan Stadium. So still half-time in that one. Of course, we've had the news about the Rainbow Cup for the South Africans. Those fixtures are taking place on Friday, so a week today at 1 p.m. UK time, so that's 2 p.m. South African time, so the Stormers and Sharks. And then the Bulls and Lions play each other at Loftus Versfeld at 6 p.m. our time. Penalty at the scrum for Bristol. Now, they've got to get something now. Otherwise, you're thinking this is just too late. Oh my gosh. That's a horrific miss from Malins. Oh my word. I mean, he's missed that by what? I mean, he must have missed that by a good 10 metres, the touch there. It's a horrific kick. And now Bristol are back in their own half. They'll have to build from here. There's been way too many sloppy mistakes, but that's really good hands here. Here come Bristol. Malins into the open and he slips. Lovely hands into Luatua. into the 22. Bristol have actually made some really good ground here. O'Connor, Pietau gets it out wide. Really nice pass that. Adiolokan. Where the heck is the scrum half? Ewan is... What is he doing? Get the ball out, mate. What a kick that was. Is that Johnny Hill, who's just put a spiral? Johnny Hill has just twatted a spiral kick 50 metres downfield. What a kick! The lock. What a kick! With an awful haircut, but what a kick! And that's his final. That's his final action. Lonsdale replaces him, and Yandel is on for Cowan Dickey. What a kick that was! If you haven't seen it, it'll probably do the rounds on Twitter later, but do make sure you check that one. That was a great little kick. Johan Lloyd has come on for Adiolokan. So hopefully he'll do well as a Welshman. Intrigued to see how he goes. Still feeling that he's very raw, but I think he's a really exciting talent going forward. Yeah, I think that's kind of the vibe, isn't it, at the minute for most fans of their club. They want to win the derbies or get ready for the fixtures. It's just not really a priority, this Rainbow Cup. And the other interest are the law trials. Yeah, to see how they go. Another penalty to Exeter, the breakdown here. Nearly 15 minutes left, just over that left. I think this game is lost now. I think it's too much for Bristol to do. I just don't think they're going to have enough here. Really missed Callum Sheedy tonight. Bears have really missed him. He is a quality player at 10, really offers that creativity. Maylands isn't a natural 10. It's nothing against the guy, brilliant fullback. Started the Six Nations as England's #1, didn't finish like that, unfortunately for him, but he just hasn't worked today at 10. And they just haven't had that connection really between the forwards and the backs. That hasn't really been there. Exeter here, I mean, you just work this here because you know Bristol are going to have to compete at the breakdown. And you hope you get a penalty and just wrap the game up. Good tackle, that. Johnny Gray. Carries for Exeter. This is, I mean, Bristol just can't get the ball. And when they do get it, they drop it. So it's been a really frustrating game for them. Sad ball there. Oh, I want to have a look at that. I think they're going to have a look at it. Lovely outside ball. Simmons. Oh, it's intercepted. And then it's been touched. I think they're going to check the potential high tackle here. They're checking the lower two attack. Oh, gosh, they're looking at this. His head's hit into the back of the Exeter man. There's nothing wrong with that for me. Perfect. That's the right decision. Nothing wrong with that. Right, let's say a couple of comments. Sean Fowler says, I think comparing sport competition why the travel others can't is a bad excuse, in my opinion, like saying why Champions League, Champions Cup, etc. goes ahead with travel. It's just different distance, isn't it? And also it's what countries are on the red list and whether countries can, clubs and players can quarantine, and is that available? I mean, the Rainbow Cup was a mess to begin with, and it's all about South Africa getting more of a say in the Northern Hemisphere rugby. And as I said, in the next 10 years, unfortunately, I believe they'll be in the Six Nations. So that's just all it is. And a lot of people are blind to that. But that's simply what's happening. Again, 4 teams joining the Pro 14 next season to make it a Pro 16. So who knows, to be honest, anymore. I'm not the biggest fan of it, if I'm honest, but rugby has to change and has to evolve. And I don't know. I don't know how, if the Cheetahs and the Southern Kings certainly didn't work. They were awful. The Cheetahs were okay, middle ground. But it'd be interesting to watch the games next Friday to see what quality they are. Are they actually any good? Penalty to Bristol then on their own 5-metre line. So the second halves have kicked off in both of the other games. Ulster against Connacht and Zebra against Edinburgh up at Murrayfield. So we'll keep an eye out on them. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed tonight. We've just passed 1,550 subscribers, so that is massively appreciated. Thank you so much. Our goal is to try and hit 2,000 by the start of the Lions tour. So not long to go, but it'd be great if we could do that to make sure that you have, of course, liked the video and subscribed as well if you are new. But thank you very much to everyone who has hit that subscribe button. Ulster have scored. Mr. Burns has scored. Thank you, Gregor, for letting us know that. We're just watching it in the background here. So that'll be a big score for Ulster. So scrum here to Bristol then. I mean, we've got 12 minutes to go. You know how it is with these watch songs on Friday, a lot more chilled. Opportunities to chat to you a bit more. I think Wayne Barnes' communication is so good. So good. Connor also on a yellow card. Massive opportunity for Zebra as well in this. Massive opportunity. So we'll keep an eye out on that as well for the next 12 minutes. So Bristol will have to tap and go. So that's what they decide to do. The game is over for me. I just can't see a way that Bristol win this with 12 minutes to go. Cooney has missed his conversion, so Ulster are 17 points to 7 up. Chance here for Exeter. 10 minutes to go in this one. Really good little kick that from Townsend, the scrum half. That's really wise and really good understanding of the options around him. And Exeter just need to pin Bristol back now. That's what they need to be doing now. It's just pinning them back. It's so difficult for Bristol to do anything now, really. Exeter have just suffocated them in the second half. I've just played in the right areas of the pitch. Bristol haven't helped themselves with the amount of mistakes they've made, but it looks like Edinburgh have just scored a try 5 minutes into their game, so we'll see if they can convert it. Edinburgh have managed to get a try. So off the line out. Sow. Oh, what a player he is, the winger. Carries so strongly into the 22. Just watching it back here. And then they go through the phases in his lovely hands. And who is it that crashes over? So Edinburgh have taken the lead in their game. They are leading 14 points to 13. Eight minutes to go then in the Bristol game against Exeter, top of the table Bristol. Looking likely that they're going to lose this one. Exeter won't go top, but if they can get another try, they'll get 5 points, which would take them up to 59 points. Bristol will be on 66. Still a lot of games to play as well. So we're keeping an eye out on all the other games. Make sure if you're watching to subscribe, guys. And of course, make sure to like the stream, get involved in the chat. Not long to go in this one. We're not going to stick around to watch the other games because we've got a busy day of watch-alongs tomorrow. So do join us for that. Looking likely that we'll be doing a Benetton Glasgow watch-along from 1 o'clock. And then we've got the big one, Ospreys against Cardiff Blues. Oh my word, what a game that's going to be. A massive Ospreys fan. Ben Ford, of course, who runs the brilliant channel Rock and Roll Rugby, will be, well, he's obviously a Blues fan, so we'll be watching that one together. And the loser of that game, if the Blues win, I'm going to have to wear a Blues top in my next video that I do with Ben. And he's going to have to wear an Ospreys top if the Ospreys win in the next video that he does with me. So that's got a lot of adding on it. Then Leinster against Munster, VP of the Pro 14 final. Munster have got a very, very strong team out, while Leinster have gone fairly strong. So we're going to do that one straight after that as well. The slagging watch along. It's going to be a great game. And there'll be a few words said, but it's going to be a great game. Connacht have managed to get a score. Thank you, Gregor, for letting us know that one. The scrum half has scored. So they'll be looking to add the points to that. Johan Lloyd gets it out to Pietau. Pietau carries strong. Four minutes to go in this one. I mean, Exeter will be thinking, can we get the points? What a turnover that is. But then it's turned over once again. Who's going to get the penalty? Exeter penalised. So Connacht 14, Ulster 17. So that game is pretty close. It is still 14 points to 13 to Edinburgh. Half an hour to go in that game as well up in Murrayfield. So we'll keep an eye on them until the end of this game. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Yeah, it's like watch. Look, try to Connacht. Yes, Lucha is back in the chat. I hope you're doing okay. Ospreys against Blues. I mean, it's going to be a great game. So do join us for that. There'll be a lot of banter, a lot of back and forth. Really excited for that. The Blues have picked a really weakened side, if we're being totally honest. So we should win. So if we lose, it's even worse. But, you know, I'm hopeful we can get the job done. Exeter laying down a marker. They've been brilliant tonight, haven't they? But Bristol's mistakes haven't been great. But Exeter have just stifled Bristol. I've been really impressed by them tonight. But David, the big question is, do you take Sam Simmons on the lines towards a number 8 option? I think he's been brilliant tonight. Do you take him? Opportunity for Bristol here. So Bears up to the 5-metre line. Sean O'Farrell believes that the Ospreys will beat the Blues by 24 points to 10. I did it in my preview video, which if you haven't checked out yet, I'll drop a link to that in the chat now. What did I say? I think I backed the Ospreys to win by 10 plus points, I think I said. Morahan has scored here for Bristol. I actually completely missed it, but there is the Rainbow Cup link preview. If you want to check that out, where I give my preview and give my Pietau with some lovely dummies there. Give my predictions for the games for tomorrow. So for today's game, it's kind of irrelevant, but if you just jump, because what I'm doing now, I'm putting timestamps in so you can click and find the game that you want to listen to, particularly on the video. So you can check out the fixtures for tomorrow and for Sunday. David would take him on the tour. Interested to see that. I think I would as well. So Bristol, 12 points to 20. It's not impossible. But they need something special. Charles Pietau is just ridiculous. That is someone I'd like to get on the podcast once it's up and running for sure. And let me know if you want players on the podcast, what kind of topics you want us to cover. Yeah, let me know, because I got, as I said, 2 South Africans who are definitely going to come on. And Welshman's going to come on as well. Welsh player as well, who plays for one of the regions, is coming on. So really excited to bring that. So let me know what topics with the Lions. Obviously, we're going to cover a lot of that. But really interested to hear what you've got to say. Dave asks, do you think the Rainbow Cup is relevant? Oh, mate. The only reason I a tiny bit care about it is the fact we're playing against the other regions. I want to win. Jacques Vermeulen has been awarded man of the match. We're into the final minute here. I just want to beat the other regions. To be honest, if Toby Booth, the Ospreys head coach, came out and said, do you know what? We're just going to play the youth, I'd be okay with that as well and accept losing. Di Young has come out, the Cardiff Blues director of rugby has come out and said very openly and honestly that's what he's going to do. He's going to play the youth. He's going to rotate. It's so difficult, isn't it? It's so difficult to see any way that that is potentially interesting. Look, Munster and Leinster pick strong teams. Munster very, very strong, actually. And they'll see that as an opportunity to beat Leinster because they haven't beaten them since 2018, end of 2018. So they'll see that as a big opportunity. But I just can't see, I really can't see it being that interesting, to be honest. I don't know how good the South African teams are, if I'm being totally honest either. So I don't know. It's gonna be an odd one, but we'll be doing the watch along tomorrow. I added spice with Ben doing it as well. So be interesting to see. We are into the red, and Exeter have kicked the ball off here. That is full time. Exeter Chief win 20 points to 12. Not the bonus points, but they will push up the table closer to Bristol being a bit more competitive. So that game is finished. We'll stick around though to have a look at some more of your comments. My bad three third lines tall Louis Rees-Zammit on the wing. Keith Earls. Interesting. I think Keith Earls should go on the tour. He's a brilliant versatility player. And Stuart Hogg at 15. Agree with Hogg and Louis Rees. Someone maybe a bit different on the wing, but it would be interesting. Lucia would love me to get Hogg on the pod. That'd be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, you know, if you know players or you got contacts and you think they could be interesting, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know why I should get them on the podcast, and I'll try and get them on. But I've got three people confirmed to be coming on, and the first episode is going to be out on Tuesday evening. It's not with a former player, it's with another YouTuber, but we're going to be discussing a big topic in rugby. So really excited to bring that to you on Tuesday. But that's the final score here. Let's just quickly check how the other games going. Edinburgh are still 14 points to 13 up against Zebra, while Ulster are still 17 points to 14 up against Connacht. Tomorrow we'll be doing a watch song for Benetton against Glasgow. So it's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. I don't know if that's Italy or our time. I believe that's our time. Let me double check. It might be midday our time. Let me just double check this one. Trying to work out if it's 1 p.m. our time or let's have a look. It doesn't actually say, so I don't actually know if it's 1 p.m. our time or 1 p.m. their time. Actually, I have an idea. Let me have a look. This is the way to do it. Okay, gotta be on that one. So it is a 1 p.m. kickoff UK time. So I'll be going live at about 1:45 for that one. Then later on, we'll have Ospreys against Cardiff Blues. We'll be going live about 5-ish, maybe a little bit earlier, because Ben's going to be on that one with me. Kickoff at 5:15. And then in the evening, we have Leinster against Munster. What a game that is. We'll be going live at about 7:30 with kickoff at 7:45. So do join us for that. Yeah, 2 o'clock Italy time. That's right, Gregor. Sean Fowl, bigger at 10, Cooney at 9. Interesting to see that. And that's why I'm going to leave tonight's watch along. Busy day tomorrow, 3 watch alongs. So as I said, Benetton against Glasgow, going live at 1:45 for that one. Then Ospreys against Cardiff Blues, live at 5 p.m. Ben's going to be on the channel. We know what happens to the loser of that one. We know the punishment. We know what's happening there. And then, of course, we have Leinster against Munster in the evening, going live at 7:30. If you've enjoyed this watch along, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, pushing towards 2,000 subs, and as well, like the stream. And I will see you tomorrow for the watch along. And I'm really looking forward to bringing you more content. And as always, thank you so much for the support recently shown on the channel. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. It's awesome to get to know some of you over the course of a watch along. But I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow for that one. Benetton against Glasgow Warriors. See you tomorrow for a busy day here on